Hi, you guys. You know who it is. I'm literally gonna start saying that whenever I open these videos, but we have a little bit of a different angle today just because it's hot outside and I can't like sit my camera up on my dashboard because it will burn and overheat. So here we are. Um, if you're coming from the last video, I'm sorry. I know I teased you guys. If you know, you know. I kind of talked about perception a little bit in the last video and then stopped. But by the title of this video, um, you could tell that today we're going to be talking about perception. And perception literally means everything. Like, it means everything. And it can be your biggest friend and also your biggest enemy at the same time. And it's so interesting. Like, it's such an interesting concept to talk about. Like, it can be your biggest friend if you use it correctly, right? Um, for you specifically, and this video may be a little weird because it's giving like a little bit of a reading, but also like an educational thing. Just bear with me. But I feel like perception is you could perceive things in a good way or a bad way, right? And it could literally affect the way that you live your life. I could wake up every day. You're falling. Don't do that. I could wake up every day and I can sit here and I can reminisce about the past, or I can reminisce about the fact that I got like a bad grade or something. And I can take that and be like, oh, like I'm a bad student. Oh, I need to work hard. I'm not working hard enough. And that would literally ruin my entire like day and throw me in like a spiral of anxiety. Whereas another person could be like, oh, like I could do better, but like I'll, work on it and I'll be perfectly fine and I trust in myself. And they could literally two different outcomes. You know what I'm saying? Perception can lead to two different outcomes. The way that you the way that you take in information, right? The way that you go through this world literally depends on your own ideals, on your own traumas, on childhood traumas, on traumas from relationships, and on your own knowledge. And so, based on my knowledge, I would perceive things completely different from you. Trying to figure out how to explain this a little better to you guys because I feel like this is such a deep concept. Um, and there's a lot of different ways you can explain it, but obviously, like what I see is not what you see. Some people will see the worst and some people will see the best, not just in situations, but also in people. Some people will perceive things differently, even if a person didn't mean it in that way, and you'll perceive it based on your own internal world, right? You'll perceive it based on past interactions that happened with you, or like past environments you've been in that weren't healthy, past traumas from relationships. You will take all of that and you will use that to make a perception, right? Or to make an opinion on situations, on people, on life. And I feel like we have to realize that we let that control us. Are you letting that control you? Are you letting, I feel like it's crazy to say, but like, are you letting your brain control you? Because you control your brain. You know that, right? I feel like, and that may sound crazy, but genuinely, like, we go through life thinking like this is how it has to be, or this is what should be done, or this is like right or wrong. But that's all based on perception. Are you getting where I'm coming from? Right. So, if you're living a life right now and it's You're constantly stuck in negative cycles and negative habits. You're doom scrolling every single day and you're bed riding every single day and you're depressed or you're anxious and you genuinely can't figure out like how to like make things better. You should probably start, well, obviously like some nervous system regulation. But you should definitely also start with perception. How are you thinking about things? Pay attention to the thoughts that you have to certain situations. What emotional responses do you have to certain environments, to certain people, to certain things that are said to you? How are you perceiving them? Do you automatically take things negative? Are you automatically being mean to yourself or saying, oh, like I could be a better person, I'm a bad person, I need to do this, I need to do that? Or are you taking it in and being like, oh, okay? Are you being kind? You have to pay attention to yourself. And we get so caught up in other people. We get so caught up in work and school and life. But obviously, the most important thing is you and your mental health. It starts with you because you can't pour energy into these other things until you fully and deeply and truly understand you. And I mean, obviously, you can, but it may not end as well as it would have if you would have deeply and fully understood you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is a very deep concept, and you just have to want to know more about yourself and the way that you go about things and the way that you perceive things. So that way you can change the things that you want to be different. So that way you could actually become the person that you want to become. You have to stop fighting with your brain and stop fighting with your nervous system. Fighting with it isn't going to help you. Being mad that, oh, why do I feel like this? Oh, I don't want to feel like, I don't want to be that's not going to help you. You need to stop fighting it and realize that you literally control it. And when you realize that you control it, that's when you can dig deeper into the reasons why you are feeling this way, or why this person saying something as simple as, I don't know, made you upset, or something as simple as like, no, made you upset. You have to understand you. And once you do, literally, there's no limit. Like, I kid you not, perception is such a great, 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 great friend. But it could also be an enemy simply because of the way that people perceive you and your own perceptions to other people. You have to watch that. You have to watch if you're judging a book by its cover because of your own inner world or your own past traumas or your own interactions with people or your own like knowledge on a situation that you may be making assumptions on. You have to watch how you perceive things because what someone puts out there may not necessarily, you may take it one way that they did not mean. You may take a person as being mean or as being narcissistic based on a quote that they post or based on something that they said when they literally could have meant it a totally different way because they perceive things differently than you. Be careful about assumptions and be careful about judging a book by its cover. And as it relates to the way that people perceive you, you can't really change that. There's no way to change the way that people perceive you. So whether or not they perceive you as mean, as manipulative, as I don't know, maybe like not a good person or something. As soon as you realize that someone perceives you that way, I need you to not don't explain yourself, first of all. But know that there's genuinely, if someone has their mind made up, right, then there's nothing that you can do to change someone's perception. Only they can change their perception if they want to. You shouldn't beg, you shouldn't cry, you shouldn't try to over explain yourself unless they genuinely like ask you and be like, hey, was I wrong? If that makes sense to you. If they are trying to change their perception, then humor them. But if they already have an idea of you in their heads and they're like spot on locked onto that idea and there's no way of like talking to them or trying to like explain yourself, then just know that there's not much you can do to change someone's perception of you unless they want to. And that's why perception is so powerful. You can be a villain in someone else's story and you could be the nicest person on earth. And that right there is why it can be your biggest enemy, because some people don't have the gift of discernment with perception. You have to be able to know whenever you are wrong, whenever you're judging a book by its cover, whenever you're projecting or you're throwing your own inner world perceptions that could be assumptions onto other people. You have to be able to check yourself. And there's a lot of people in this world who don't know how to do that. And that's why perception is so amazing, but also so scary and so dangerous. So take that and use that. Um, take that as you may. Use that as you may. Um, even I'm working on like changing my perception. So like I'm not saying that this is like some super easy thing to like pick up on, but I am saying that it is literally possible to change your perception or change your situation literally in a day if you want to. You could change it tomorrow. You could change it right now in a few hours. You just have to want to, and you have to have the discernment and the thirst to know yourself. I don't know who needed to hear this, but I hope it did you some good today. Yeah, I think that's all today, you guys. Just a little bit of talk on perception and how important it is in life and how you can use it to better your life. And remember, I said to be careful. Remember, I said to be careful. I'm getting like evil eye vibes. And if you guys know what evil eye is, that's kind of like people are perceiving you incorrectly. People are perceiving you incorrectly. And that's okay because let them perceive you incorrectly. Let them think what they want to think about you. You can't change a person's perception if they're not willing to hear you. And that's probably going to be the title of this video, low key. You can't change a person's perception if they're not willing to hear you, or if they're so deep in their own perceptions or thoughts or assumptions about you that they can't see that that's what they are. Thoughts, assumptions. Whether it's like a whether it's like about a quote or about something like so small as like a perception really focuses on the small details, body language. Someone's body language you can perceive as rude. Someone's tone could be perceived as rude. Someone saying one word could be perceived as, oh, they're judgy. Oh, she's narcissistic. Watch yourself too, but also watch others. Y'all, oh my goodness, my face is breaking out. Whatever. That's the end of this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.